What's up, guys? So I know it's been a while since I made a video. I've been trying to work on getting some things together. First of all, I want to make sure the quality is good. For this series of videos, we've been working on the Tekkit pack, which has a bunch of new machines and different blocks. So I was using the default pack because I usually like using that, but it wasn't working well because a lot of the machines looked really sketchy and looked really similar, so it just didn't look good. So I found this is Spax Pure BD Craft, and it has a setup for Tekkit, so I thought I'd try that out. So far it looks pretty good. Also, you'll probably notice I'm not actually playing on that server with my friends. That's because I had finals and they didn't, so the next time I logged in, it was so far ahead of where I left off that I had to pretty much gonna make a new version and show you guys what we've done. Okay, so a little repair. Okay, we should be all good now. Let me just get out creative. Alright, this is the house, pretty empty. I made sure there was enough room so we could do all the stuff we wanted to do. So what I'm going to try to do is make sure I teach you guys how to start out properly. It kind of worked out well because what I was doing on the server, if you remember, I was going to start, the first thing I was going to make was the quarry. And so that's what I did, and it turned out pretty bad. It was hard to power, and it was really just frustrating the order I tried to do things in. So I'm going to set it up so if you're going to try out this pack, which I hope you do, it's really fun, you'll have a good start, and the game will flow a lot better if you try out this system first, I think. So I've already had a video on the supplies you have to gather, the different ores, and rubber too. So now we're going to start building the first machines. So if you remember how to make, actually I didn't cover that, so let's do that now. First off, you're going to need a lot of copper wire. So I mean, that should always be your first thing. It's going to be, probably shouldn't do multiple stacks right now, I have lots. So this is how you make insulated copper wire. This is definitely what I recommend. Just every time you make copper wire, make it this way. And it makes 6 each time, which is pretty useful. So that's a main part of pretty much everything you're going to build. Also, another main ingredient is refined iron, and for some reason I forgot to prepare that, so I'm going to just call it up for you. And it's really easy to make. All you do is you take just normal iron, an iron ingot, and you put it through a furnace again. So it's not tough at all. Okay, so if you remember that last video, I spent so much time just trying to gather rubber. And so I learned later on there's a machine that it's really easy. You just take those big rubber trees, those huge ones, you can't miss them, like the ones that tower over everything. Take the wood from those and you put them in a machine called an extractor, and it'll make rubber. So we're going to go ahead and make that first. So how you make that, first you take, if you remember the taps we made, I'll show you how to make those really fast too. So you're going to need 4 of those. So you pretty much make it kind of like a tap, like a spigot. It's like a base and then a nozzle. So you need 4 of those. Oh god. I was trying to be so prepared so I wouldn't have this problem. Alright, there we go. Figured that out. And these don't stack, which is kind of annoying, but we got the space right now. So, now, another main ingredient with the refined iron is machine blocks. Pretty much every machine needs a machine block. All it is a cube. It's your machine block. The other main ingredient made from these is a circuit board. Oh, need some redstone. Redstone. Not as prepared as I thought it was. There we go. Okay, so circuit board, it's going to be redstone right there, your classic piece of refined iron, and then these copper cables, which are used for everything. And that makes your circuit board. Alright, so now we're going to assemble a lot of these things into the extractor. So it's going to be like this. You put your taps on the side, machine block on top, and your circuit underneath it. Now pretty much these mods are pretty intuitive. They kind of work like Minecraft on how you craft things. Everything kind of just makes sense depending on what it's going to do. So I mean, it makes sense that this would turn something into rubber considering it uses these taps and it uses the core items of a machine. So there it is, super tree tap. So this, I guess we can just set down right now. I left a lot of open space so that I won't have to hide any wires or anything, so you guys can get a good look at all the processes, so you can make it for yourselves later and change it up how you want it. Now it's really important to plan things out when you build it in this game, because some things are kind of temperamental on how you want them moved. Like these machines can only move with bronze wrenches, and if you use anything else, they'll revert to just a machine block, so you have to rebuild it then. Okay. Now, we also need to build something to power this machine, and that would be a generator. Now, a generator is a little bit more of a complex build because you need to build a few things to get there. First of all, you need an RE battery. Now, that's pretty simple to make too. You take some tin and some redstone, which we have, along with another copper cable. So what you do is you can have the shell of the battery, which makes sense, some redstone on the inside to power it, and a cable on top. And that is your empty RE battery. You can charge these, but right now we just need to make a generator, so that shouldn't be a big deal. We also need a machine block. You're going to need a lot of those, so if you want to go ahead and just make a ton of those off the bat, you might as well. Oh, I'm sorry, I also need a furnace. Just a little underprepared, as always. You guys know how to make a furnace. Why are there two furnaces? Okay, I'll just go with the one on the left. Hopefully it'll work out. Alright, that will make us a generator. A generator can be powered multiple ways. For when you're first starting out, it would only make sense that you use coal or charcoal to power it. Now, what happens is it doesn't just randomly power itself. You need something to carry the power, and to do that, we go back to our trusty copper cable. And you just place it in between, and now power will go from this generator to this extractor. Now, if you take a look inside, this is pretty much, it looks kind of like a furnace, which it works like a furnace, it makes sense. What you do is you would put coal down there. Let me grab some. Let me grab some out of my magic bag. Alright, so we got coal in there. You can see it's starting to power the generator. Now this will slowly build up, and once it's at full, it'll kind of stay there until something drains its power. Now nothing will drain this power until this extractor actually starts working. You can see it's charged now, when earlier there wasn't this lightning bolt there. So this extractor is powered now, and I don't have those planks. Let's go get it so you can take a look at those trees too. Just gonna make it daytime just to make it everything easier on us. So since I posted this on Reddit, trying to get some reviews, an idea what people thought, we decided to make my videos a little shorter, trying to limit them to about 10-15 minutes each. Make it a little bit short and sweet. Alright, so we got 2 logs. That way I think maybe more people will stay. That's also why I've been working on trying to upgrade the audio and video, making sure everything's presentable. Like before I was really excited just to put videos up, but now I think I'm taking a little more time to make sure people will want to see them instead of just, spamming YouTube with my videos. Alright, so you don't place the wire on top, you open it up. Where did that wood go? Here it is. Nope. Here it is. You put the rubber wood in. It goes on top. Down here would be something you power it with. Now in this mod, when you turn on a new machine, it is very noisy, so you have to turn your sound down again to get rid of it. There it is. Now it's back to normal, but sorry about that. It happens pretty much anytime you run something. So this is going. One thing you want to keep in mind is the coal will just continue to burn even if this thing is fully charged. So you gotta watch out for that. And now you can see it's very slow, but there's upgrades later on, which is what these slots are for, to speed up the process. But we don't have the power source right now to pull that off. But you can see this makes it a lot easier. I mean, those trees are huge. You cut down one of them, that's maybe 2 stacks of rubber, and you can just let it sit like this. Just leave it alone until you need the rubber. So I'm just going to take a quick check on the video time. Hold on a second, please. Alright, looks like we're just over 10 minutes, so I'll have time to show you a couple more machines. Probably won't be able to link them up right now, but I really think since I have this new setup figured out, I should be able to get a video out by probably just in a day or two. So if you like this, just I would say give a like, give a subscribe. I'll have another one out real soon. So the next thing we're going to make is a macerator. What that essentially does, it'll take any ore and crush it down into 2 dust. And each dust will be turned into an ingot. So what that essentially does is doubles all of your output. So instead of 1 iron ore turning into 1 iron ingot, you get 1 ore turning into 2 dust, which will turn into 2 ingots. So that's another little bit of complicated build. So I'll show you how that works. Actually, no, it's not. I'm sorry, I was looking at something else. Now, we're going to start out with, you should be able to guess it by now, machine block. Can't do anything in this game without it. Don't need eggs though. Alright. And also what you need, circuit boards. Just an endless supply of all these things, because you'll never run out. I mean, you'll always run out. Said that very backwards. Okay, so now that you have that, just clean up a little bit because I realized I forgot something else. I try to be prepared while I was away so I could finish this real fast. Okay, now that we're set, what you're going to do is a macerator. Essentially, it's going to pound something down. So it's going to be sharp things and pretty much powered by something big. So this is pretty much your core setup at some point. Machine block, electrical circuit. Makes a lot of sense. And then this is a crusher, so you're going to need some heavy cobblestone and then some sharp flint. And that's how you make a macerator. Let's plug this baby in. Power it up. Now this will power that thing too. Now, see that? Charged up. Let's try it out with some iron ore. Now it's going to be real loud. There we go, now they're quieted up. It's also real slow. You can see it progressing slowly, and it's going to turn into 2 dust. Now, the only problem with this is it can only do one thing at a time. So if you leave a stack in here, it's going to end up being 2 stacks of dust eventually. So you got to make sure you don't let it pile up, otherwise it will start just showing up on the floor over here. So now this is 2 dust. Now the last machine we're going to build today is, now everything's running on that electrical power from the generator, so this next machine is no different. We're going to take a furnace and we're going to update it to the mechanical age, make a little house of iron around it, and I'll turn it into an iron furnace. I'm going to set that up right in front. It's not really the best setup, but it'll do for now. I'll probably change it up a little bit by next time. Oh, what am I doing? This isn't powered like this. The iron furnace is actually powered a different way, but it works a little better. You can see how it, essentially does the same thing. It's just a little more efficient, and it can run on different sources of power. We just haven't gotten to that source yet. So this is just a normal furnace. So these are probably the first 4 machines you're going to want to build: a generator, an extractor, a macerator, and an iron furnace. The iron furnace will make more sense in the next episode when we make our first foray into renewable energy. We'll probably make a wind farm or a solar panel farm up on the roof. That's essentially it for today. We'll have another video up soon. I like this new format. I think it's going to keep things a little more organized instead of me kind of rambling. So, just give you a look at the house while I sign off, I guess. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.